I hate to say this, but they've made no progress in the sense that the fire is 0% contained. And you can see it's moved the road to the side a solid foot. Well, we're just outside of Bud and Willow getting our first very good look at this damage, and you can see this side of the road, even right over here, you still see the smoke smoldering up from the ground, and a man and a sheriff's deputy both taken to the hospital tonight after an officer-involved shooting. Migrants from the caravan are coming here to this park in Tijuana that's been turned into a shelter. President Donald Trump in Bakersfield today signing key legislation to move more water down to the Central Valley. 20-foot pine trees now stand where the old sawmill once was. And even though those trees have grown, this town hasn't. And that sentiment resonating throughout this entire community, borderline strong, Thousand Oaks strong. I asked the government if pharmacies saw a dime of that extra money and was simply told, no, the government keeps that money. Big question is, why are so many steps being fast-tracked in the process of these bills? We came here to the state capitol to ask that very question. Whether it was beer and wine on shelves or the nerves of locals, everything in Ridgecrest was shaking today. But now, they have to get out of the car and deliver the mail an extra 20 inches or so. It's not a long difference, but it is the difference between Brian getting his mail and getting nothing. Because you do understand that when you take something of someone else's without asking, that is, by definition, stealing.
No, I didn't look at that at all.
How many firefighters are here? 500 of them were told, but then you look over this ridge and you see fires and massive embers being blown through the sky by these unrelenting winds. The tick fire took off quickly. People told to evacuate tell me it became an emergency in an instant.
I mean, it was really quick. We just saw all of a sudden I could see the flames that looked like they were on the hill down the street.
Tom Jordan and his wife left their house in a hurry and raced to save their horses.
Pick them up and get the heck out of there, and that's what we did.
This is where Jordan keeps his horses, and you can see between the smoldering trailer and field of flames, it's no wonder he was in such a hurry to get them out of here. As the flames continue to burn and the winds continue to blow, people here are taking the evacuations seriously.
We've talked to several of the neighbors and we're telling them to get out too, and they're all packing up and trying to leave at the same time.
And as they leave, they're preparing to never see their homes again, but they'll take that over seeing nothing ever again.
Oh, it's frightening. It's absolutely frightening. You look at your house and go, well, I hope my house doesn't burn down, but you know what? Who cares? I see flames. I'm getting the heck out of here. If the house goes, it goes.
You know, Dave, I'm sure a lot of people are driving by Rabobank thinking, wow, that Condors playoff game is tonight? No, not a chance. This massive crowd is for the largest BC graduation in history. Well, Bakersfield College absolutely underestimated how many people were going to come to this commencement ceremony. There were hundreds of people scattered all out in front of here in the plaza, even as the ceremony continued on, and that was even with people sitting in luxury boxes in the aisles and even down on the floor with the people graduating. The largest graduating class in Bakersfield College history packed Rabobank Arena.
Class of 2019.
Meanwhile, angry and sad loved ones of graduates packed the plaza in front of Rabobank Arena.
And there's a lot of parents out here wanting to see their kids graduate, and this should have never happened. This is ridiculous.
Maria Muniz missed her own daughter's graduation because Rabobank was full to capacity. Colin Rogan missed his girlfriend's graduation. Same problem.
I should be able to go see my girlfriend graduate. That mother should have been able to see her daughter graduate or son graduate, and it's not fair.
Colin, Maria, and everyone else out here saying the same thing.
I don't know who else is in charge of this, but whoever was in charge of this is ridiculous.
BC is in charge of the event. They decided not to use tickets. Mike Giacomini, the BC Vice President of Finance, said they didn't anticipate the big crowd, but offered no apology to those waiting outside.
I know there's nothing that I can say that's going to make their evening any better, but just celebrate the fact that their loved one has made a major milestone in their life, and enjoy the rest of the evening, and have a wonderful evening.
All the people who wanted to be in here, but instead were out here, would agree. Nothing can be said now to put them in that room to see their loved one reach a major milestone. Now, here's why BC decided not to have tickets for this event. They never have tickets for commencement because they have it at Memorial Stadium on campus. Here's the thing, Memorial Stadium holds 18,000 people. Rabobank Arena holds 10,000 people. And so normally they wouldn't need tickets, they have plenty of room. But here, no tickets meant some people got to have their entire family inside, and some people, unfortunately, had no one because they were standing right out here on the steps just hoping to get in. Live at Rabobank Arena, Jeff Platt, Eyewitness News.
My job as a traffic officer is to keep the road safe. DUI driving is the biggest issue.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
I never struggle to find DUI drivers when I'm out.
They take these arrests, they take driving under the influence to heart.
You're twice the legal limit.
It's a crime that doesn't discriminate. They indiscriminately cause injury and death.
If you can save one life, I mean, that's huge for us.
And tonight we continue our in-depth series, Kern Under the Influence, with a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into catching and arresting a drunk driver. Eyewitness News reporter Jeff Platt also examines whether small law enforcement departments here in Kern County are enough to combat the issue and stop drunk drivers from causing harm. Jeff?
Well, Dave, no matter what day of the week it is in Kern County, law enforcement is going to catch a drunk driver. The question is, how many will they catch? And the question you should be worried about is, how many will they not catch?
1-2, 10-10. My job as a traffic officer is to keep the road safe.
Traffic Officer Robert Tayo works the overnight shift. Every night he drives the streets of Bakersfield searching for drunk drivers. Sometimes it's like finding a needle in a haystack.
There's thousands of drivers on the road at any time, and it's just a matter of pulling over the right car and trying to prevent that next tragedy.
Other times it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
I've had to arrest 6 people for DUI, and that's in one 10-hour shift.
On the Wednesday I rode with Tayo, it was a haystack night.
White Chevy SUV.
After a few hours, we found this vehicle.
Jeez.
The driver slammed the brakes when we pulled him over for getting on the road with his headlights off.
I got a question for you. How much have you had to drink tonight?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
Can I see an additional unit in code 4?
While we waited for backup, I asked Tayo if he believed the driver.
I smell the alcohol. He's got red eyes, slurred speech. He won't make eye contact, stuff like that.
Once the other officers were on scene, the tests began.
I want you to lift that leg 6 inches off the ground in front of you. What I'd like you to do is follow the tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only. Don't move your head. Just heel the dough down an imaginary line without stopping.
The driver didn't follow Tayo's test instructions, nor does he display tremendous balance or coordination. So we moved to the next test.
Keep going, blow harder, blow harder, blow
The
harder,
breathalyzer.
blow harder. Okay, you're at a .163, which means you're twice the legal limit. You're currently under arrest for DUI.
The driver is arrested. This is one of the good outcomes.
Every DUI that I arrest that's just out driving around, who knows what could have happened? They could have hurt themselves, another. They could have killed someone. I don't know.
That alternate ending happens all the time here in Kern County. A reality traffic sergeant, Jeff Sasso, understands.
Unfortunately, there's some instances we're not going to catch every person who's driving under the influence. It's a fact of life.
Sasso says BPD is doing everything to catch drunk drivers, things like checkpoints, saturation patrols, and having every officer DUI trained. But the drunk drivers outnumber the police, and officers can't be everywhere at once. That's why Sasso is deputizing you.
So we hope that the motoring public is out, not only looking out for their safety, but the safety of other drivers.
For Sasso and Tayo, DUI is a community issue, and it's going to take a community to stop it.
Bakersfield 911.
A quick call with a location and a partial plate could be the difference between this ending and this ending.